Hi, I'm Isabel Ibañez. I am the author of Woven in Moonlight and Written in Starlight, coming out January 26, 2021. Except for Woven in Moonlight, because that already came out this past January, and you can order it wherever books are sold. And by that I mean virtually. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Woven in Moonlight. It is a young adult fantasy, and it was heavily inspired by the Bolivian political climate that's currently happening in Bolivia. I'm Bolivian. That's where all of my family is. So this story is super important to me because everything that's been happening has been impacting my family, how they live and how frightened they are, and the certain events that have happened that kind of have put the country in this turmoil. So when I was sitting down to write Woven in Moonlight, I really wanted to make sure to include some of these events into the plot. And so the book is deeply personal, and it is the story about a teenager. Her name is Jimena, and she is a decoy for the real condesa, which is Spanish for countess. And so Jimena infiltrates this corrupt government, and she goes in as a decoy, and she sends coded messages back to the rebels through her magical weaving. So the book has lots of things: politics, it has a love story, it has a secret vigilante character who wears a mask, and sword fights, adventure. There's just a lot to it. And there's a lot of food too, because writing about food is important to me. So here is the book, and I'm so excited because I'm actually going to read like a couple of paragraphs for you guys, or however long it takes me to get to 4 minutes, and hopefully it doesn't stop at an awkward place. Okay. So, capítulo 1. My banged up spoon scrapes the bottom of a barrel that should have held enough dried beans to last for 3 more months. No, no, no. There has to be more. Sickness churns my stomach, and my knuckles brush against bare wood as I coax a handful of shriveled beans into a half-empty bag. I wipe dirty hands against my white trousers and ignore the sweat dripping down my neck. The kingdom of Inca Sisa is in the middling of her stifling wet season. Even though it's night, there's no escaping the muggy heat. Something wrong, Condesa? Asks the next person in line waiting for their ration. Yes, in fact, we're all going to starve. Not that I can say this out loud, it goes against everything I know to do as their leader. A condesa should never show fear. I school my features into what I hope is a pleasant expression, then turn to face the long line of illustrians waiting for their evening portions. Drawn faces stare back at me. White clothes hang off gaunt frames, loose and big like the tents the illustrians sleep in next to the keep. My whole life I've trained for situations like this. Manage expectations, soothe people's worries, feed them. It's the condesa's job. We're standing in the round storage building with the door propped open, allowing for people to crowd around as I sort through the provisions. Luna's light casts rectangular patterns on the dozens of empty barrels piled on their sides, while a rickety wooden staircase leads up to the armory, housing swords, shields, and bundled arrows. All we could carry when we fled for our lives the day La Ciudad Blanca fell. What would Anna, our general, want me to say? Manage them. You're in charge. Don't forget what's at stake. We need to survive until we can take back the throne. That's just a little snippet of Woven in Moonlight, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.